Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Crafty Homebody. My name is Missy, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this adorable Christmas tree topper for your journals, whether it be a December daily or, you know, a junk journal, whatever you're doing. But it really and truly is just a opened cupcake liner with an adorable cluster and a Christmas tree shaker that will slip over the top of any page. Let me just open this up. Slip over on any top of a page, or maybe you made a pocket or something of that nature. Let me see if I can't find a little pocket. Or maybe you want to slip it over a belly band like this. That can be in the middle of your belly band, however you want to use one of these, but it's absolutely adorable. It is super simple to make, and if you don't have the ability to make the Christmas tree shaker, I will show you without the shaker. You can make one of these little cupcake liner clusters for the toppers or like belly bands and stuff like that for your journals too. You don't have to add the shaker Christmas tree, but I think it gives it a little extra something. But if you don't have that to do, you can make one of these without the Christmas tree shaker. But I find this absolutely adorable. I think it's a very cute Christmassy embellishment for any journal, or even if you're like card making. So instead of me talking about it, let me show you how to make one. They're super simple. So the first thing that I'm going to do is be taking these stickles, and I'm going to be stickling the outside rim of the frame. You can paint these if you like. You can take green paint, red paint, whatever color paint you want and paint them. I just thought the stickles is fun. It's simple, it's easy, and it gives this a lot of sparkle. And I really like that. So I'm just taking the snow stickles, and that's what I'm putting down as the base. And then I'm going to take the gold stickle and the silver stickle, and I'm going to like put like ornaments, if you would, on the side. And this is the first thing that you're going to want to do, because this is going to take the longest, because you have to stick it off to the side and let this dry before you're able to put the Christmas tree shaker together. But while this is drying, after you get this all done, you can work on the cupcake liner cluster. You can put a couple of those together while this is drying. And then the last thing you'll do is add it all together to make the adorable little Christmas tree cluster that can go on the tops of your journal. It's so stinking cute, and it's really easy. The longest process is waiting for all of this to dry. So now that they're done and I push them off to the side for them to dry, I'm going to make a little cluster. And all I'm doing, this is fantastic. This is why I tell you guys to save all of your discard or garbage. I save all the little cuttings from all of the ribbons and things that I use, because they make the cutest little clusters. So I'm just going to take the discarded ribbon that I keep in a little baggie that I cut from like when I make little paper clips, or I add them to sides of journals and stuff. All the little trimmings that I keep, I just keep in a little baggie, and once it gets full, I make clusters. And all you're doing is just basically arranging all the different little scraps of your ribbon to like make it almost kind of looks like resemble like a star. You're just kind of putting it all together in all different shapes. And then to like adhere it, I'm going to use a staple gun. I'm going to staple the center. And then I'm on top of that, I'm going to layer a little cardboard piece and even a sticker to give it like a little center, so that you're not just looking at a staple. But you might have to use 1 or 2 staples just to kind of get all of the material, ribbon, whatever you want to call it, because I use ribbon, I use baker's twine, I use lace, whatever I have left over trims, the little teeny tiny pieces, they make the cutest like little ribbon clusters. Now that I have the cluster together, you see this little sign off of the cupcake top. I actually cut that off, and I'm actually going to use it in the cluster. But don't throw that piece of cardboard that came on the top of your cupcake liners. Don't throw that away, because we're actually going to use the back of that to put behind the large cupcake to give it a nice sturdy frame, because cupcake holders are kind of flimsy, and once you glue on that big Christmas tree shaker, it needs something stable behind it. So we're actually going to use the back piece of that cardboard that nobody's going to see and put it on the back of the cupcake holder. You'll see when we get there. But once I cut out that little piece, that I love it. I just think it's so cute. I'm only cutting that little piece. I'll tear the front off and I save the backing. This is why I repeat almost in every single video, save your scraps. You'll be surprised what you can use. Like for instance, your scrap ribbon, your scrap lace, even scrap pieces of cardboard. They make for great things to be able to add stability, or even just save them and set aside so that when you glue small things, you can put that on there and you don't glue all over your paper. You'd be surprised what you can use your scraps for. But I'm going to attach that with, again, staple. I use staples for all of this because I think it just adheres the best. And then once I get the little cluster together and adhered with staples, I will then use glue to glue on like a sticker for the front. The one that I showed you at the beginning of the video, I used candy canes, but for this one, I'm going to use a little kitty cat. So now I'm going to take the small cupcake liner, I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm actually going to adhere it to the back portion of the cluster so that when I attach the little piece of cardboard and all of this, it's all one piece. So I'm just going to take the little cupcake liner, I'm going to open it up, fold it in half, and I'm going to put like the fringy looking part facing down, and then I'm going to take the little cluster of ribbon that I just made and the little piece of cardboard, and I'm going to attach it all with the staple, and then I will glue a cute little sticker on the front of that. And then the adorable cluster is all one piece, it's all together, and all we're doing is just waiting for the Christmas tree top to dry so that we can assemble the shaker Christmas tree, which is I'm going to show you in the very next step. And then the last step is just putting it all together to make the adorable Christmas tree shaker topper. So here are the adorable little Christmas kitties stickers that I have. I got these from the Dollar General. They're adorable. I also got the candy canes that I'm showing you here from Dollar General too. The kitties were $1, the candy canes were $2. And I decided to use a little kitty on this one because I used the candy cane on the one that I showed you at the beginning of the video. And I just I thought it'd be cute to have different kinds. So I'm just choosing my sticker, and once I choose it, even though it is sticky and it will just stick, it's a sticker, I always use glue because I want the extra security, because you are going to use this. You might, move it about your journal and things like that. I just find that, using staples and extra glue wherever you can just makes your projects more stable. So I'm just adding a little dot of glue, going to stick my little kitty sticker on there, and then we have a finished little cluster. If you wanted to make these without the Christmas tree shaker, you can. You're just going to do everything I just showed you, and then once your little cluster, see your little cluster, you can leave it just like this and glue it somewhere in your book if you wanted. You do not have to add the Christmas tree or the bigger cupcake liner on the back. This by itself could be a journal embellishment. I always like to take things a step further. You could literally just glue the little cupcake liner to the big cupcake liner and call it a day. That in itself could be the topper. You do not have to add the Christmas tree shaker if you do not have it, or you don't like the shaker element because it's too big and it's bulky. This in itself could be a finished project, but again, I'm going to take it one step further and we're going to add the Christmas tree shaker. So if you want to make one of these without the Christmas tree shaker, we just put this together. Here's your large cupcake Christmas liner. All you would do is either you can attach it again with a stapler, or you would put a dollop of glue here and you would just attach it here. Or maybe you want to attach it like that, down here. But all you're going to do is just make sure that you leave the flap in the back open so that you can tuck this over the top of your page, or like if you have a belly band or something, however you're going to use this, the top of your Christmas cards, your belly band, your top of your page, whatever you're going to do, just make sure you leave the back of the large Christmas cupcake liner open. But you can attach this little piece, up here, or maybe you want it down here, or maybe you want it off to this side, or maybe you want it up here. Whatever you want to do, you do not have to attach the Christmas tree shaker. You literally can make one of these with just the Christmas cupcake liners, which I got mine from the Dollar Tree. All of the ribbon that you're seeing here is all Dollar Tree ribbon. That was all left over. Even this little piece is Dollar Tree. I showed you that just a few minutes ago. And my stickers came from the Dollar General. So this is super easy to put together. So if you do not have the shaker, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, that I got from Michael's, you can so totally do this without the Christmas tree. And this is what it would look like. And like I said, you can either use a stapler or glue. Whatever you do, just make sure you don't, you know, glue down or staple your little back piece back. So my little pack here of the Christmas tree shakers, you get this from Michael's. It's in the Christmas paper crafting section. And it comes with all of the things that you need to make 4 of these Christmas tree shakers. And you literally could just make these and, I don't know, hang them from your Christmas tree or whatever you're going to do with it. But I thought it was absolutely adorable to add to this little cupcake liner that either becomes a page topper, or I'm going to slip this over a belly band, or I think it would look absolutely adorable as an extra piece to like maybe a Christmas card. Or I literally could, you know, attach something to this, like maybe on the back I can glue. I'm going to show you how to take care of this in a minute. I left it like this because I'm going to show you what to do to cover this up so you don't see it. But that's the cardboard piece that I used from here that I was showing you, just to give this stability, because this shaker tree is pretty heavy and it's just a little cupcake liner. But I'm going to show you how to cover that so that you don't see that ugly thing, but I'm leaving it blank for right now. But you literally could take a little piece of like baker's twine or whatever and hot glue it on the back and, you know, make a little, you know, string, and you literally could use this as a tree ornament. This could in turn become a Christmas tree ornament. You can make a bunch of these to give away to loved ones. This is so versatile. You can do so many different things with it. But you can get the Christmas tree ornament pack from Michael's. I think it was $6.99. I got it 65%. Right now, Michael's is having their Black Friday sale, and all of their Recollections paper crafting things are 60% off. So I probably got this for like $3 some. And like I said, it gives you enough to make 4 of them. So you saw earlier in the video that we made the frames. We covered them with stickles. I don't know if, no, they're not quite dry yet. So I'm going to give it a little bit longer to dry, but putting these on is the very last step. So while these are still drying, I'm going to show you how very quickly to make the shaker. I don't really need to include this part because if you do buy these, the directions is on the back of the shaker. So I got all of my quote unquote shaker bits from the Dollar Tree. They're either labeled shakers or they're labeled table scatter. Like, you guys can pick these up, which they call sequins, from the Dollar Tree all the time in all different kinds of colors and all that stuff. Or you can find them sometimes at the Dollar Tree and it's labeled table scatter. And those come in an array of different things too, and they're super, super cute. So I have the little Christmas trees and the things that say Christmas. So I'm just going to show you. Here's the base. I'm going to take my glue. We're going to take the base though. And we're just going to put the glue on our base. Like I said, if you buy this from Michael's, the directions, like I just showed you, are on the back. But for the sake of the video, I'll put one of these together on camera for you. It's not hard at all. And like I said, the directions are there. Okay, and then we're just going to glue that down to your base. This stuff is what takes forever because this stuff needs to dry. You know what I mean? You're using glue, you're using stickles. Maybe you want to not use stickles. Maybe you want to paint your Christmas tree. Maybe you want to, you know, maybe you're doing pink Christmas and you want your Christmas tree to be pink or green or blue or whatever you're doing. So maybe you want to paint yours. All of that is what takes time. And then you're going to take glue and you're going to do the same thing again. You're just going to add some glue to the outside again. And that's how we will attach the, like that. And that's how we will attach the clear little plastic piece. But before we do, we'll throw in some Christmas trees. I like the Christmas trees. I think it's very fitting. Okay, maybe we'll throw one of the Merry Christmases in there. Merry Christmas. A couple more trees. Just a thin layer. Okay, and we got one Merry Christmas in there. Okay, that works for me. You could put snowflakes, whatever your deal is. It's all up into you. And then we're going to take the clear plastic that it comes with. I think you guys can see that. And we're going to glue that down. And again, like I said, this part takes the longest because we have to wait for all of it to dry. But in essence, there you go. Now you have your shaker. Then you're going to take the thin piece. See how thin that is? Which are these that are over here drying. And then you're going to glue again. And you're going to put that on top. And then now you have your shaker all put together. So I'm going to wait about probably another hour for these to dry to finish this video. And then what I do to make sure that these stick together and my little shaker bits are not going to come out, I actually, while this is drying, but see the shaker? While this is drying, I actually put this like under a book so that all of this stays like squished together and I know it's going to stick nice. So while this is drying, I'm going to put this part underneath a heavy book so that it, you know, as it's drying, it dries flat. There's no gaps. None of the little shaker bits can get out. And these still need to dry. So as soon as this is dry and these are dry, I will come back and show you how we're going to assemble all of this. So we're just going to take another cupcake liner. We're going to put glue and make it flat. We're going to put glue so that it doesn't open up. We don't want it to open up because we already have a flap. We don't want it to open up. And then we're going to take some wet glue and we're going to cover up that whole cardboard piece. And again, this is just so that that cardboard piece gives our little cupcake liner some stability because this Christmas tree shaker is heavy. And without something, you know, sturdy on the back of it, the little cupcake liner can't hold on to that Christmas tree. So our little cardboard piece from our baking cups, we're keeping the back portion and cutting it to size and, you know, gluing that portion on. You're going to glue a cupcake liner together, fold it in half, and then you're going to take it and you're going to just put that right over. And then that covers that ugly cardboard. And nobody will know that it's there but you. But now you know that your little piece here is very, very secure and can hold your Christmas tree shaker. There you go. And now you can't see that. It's still a functional piece because there it is. So you can still slip that over your journal or, like I said, a belly band or even the top of a card. Or if you're going to make this a Christmas tree ornament, you don't need to do that. You literally can put glue in here, glue it flat, hot glue a string right here, and then you can hang this from your Christmas tree, whatever you decide to do. But that's all you have to do to cover that ugly piece of cardboard that we put back there to give our Christmas tree stability. Alrighty. So it's been about another hour. These are not perfectly dry, so I'm just going to be really careful how I touch them. But I'm just going to show you. Now we're just going to put the dabs of glue on the little plastic piece. Just like so. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to take our top part and we're going to glue that down over the plastic part, just like so. Okay, so now we're going to attach the shaker tree to our cupcake liner. So all we're going to do is we're going to put a massive amount of glue on the outside of the cupcake liner. We're going to attach our shaker tree. Then we're going to add more glue to the back of the little like bundle that we made there, and we're going to glue that on top. It's super simple. It is not hard at all. You're just layering. You're basically just layering, and your cupcake holder now can hold all of this because we backed it with that little piece of extra cardboard from our throwaway trash. So I said, keep your trash. So as you can see, we're just putting some glue down. We're going to attach the shaker tree. And then once I get that in place where I want it, again, I'm just going to then put some glue on the back of the little cluster that we made, and I'm going to attach that. And it's as simple as that. Really and truly, it's not hard. This project probably would only take about 15 to 20 minutes, but it's all the drying time. It's making sure that everything is dried before you touch it and all of that kind of stuff. You want to give it time to dry. You want to make sure that if you're using the shaker tree, like you press it underneath a book or something like that so that the shaker bits don't eventually fall out and stuff like that. But really and truly, this is not a hard project. It is absolutely adorable. It just takes quite some time. You have to have patience because it all needs to dry. But I think it turned out super, super cute. So I just wanted to show you really quick that I'm making another one, but I decided to use a white cupcake liner and a different smaller one cupcake liner that wasn't the trees. It was actually candy canes. And I thought the candy cane cupcake liner would clash with the bright green one that I used on the other one, so I just got a plain white one, and I'm recreating everything I did except for the cupcake liners are different. And instead of putting stickles down on the shaker tray, I took an alcohol marker, a green alcohol marker, and quote unquote painted the outside. But there's no drying time because it was an alcohol marker. So I just took the alcohol marker and I did the little piece of tree that goes on the outside, glued it on. It's the same exact process. It just looks a little different because I used a white cupcake liner with the decorative small cupcake liner that had candy canes on it, and instead of stickles I used an alcohol marker to color the wooden outside piece. So there's no sparkle, but it looks green. And then inside for the shaker bits, instead of doing the red and green trees, I did a little bit of a blue and white snowflake, so they look kind of different. And then I made the little same cluster, same way. The only thing is I didn't put a cat in the front. This time I glued the candy cane in the front because I thought it matched the candy cane little cupcake liner better. And the same thing, we're just going to glue it and attach it. And now I'm going to have 3 of these done to show you. Okay, friends, that's it. This is our little shaker. Isn't it adorable? I guess I'm just going to call them, shaker toppers. I don't know what else to call them. But like I said, you could put them on the top of the pages of your journal. You could put them on the top of your cards. You can, like I said, glue a piece of string on the back, hang them from a Christmas tree. Whatever it is that you want to do with these, they're ready to go. And I think they turned out absolutely adorable. For the sake of the video, though, I think I'm just going to call them shaker toppers, and I love how they turned out. And you can use them in all different styles. So I thought I would just show you what one of these looks like on the top of my page. Look how stinking cute. And like I said too, if you have a wide belly band in the middle of your page, you can put this right on the middle of the belly band as decor and decorative, just fun. And like I said, you can glue this together, put a little string on the back, hang it from your Christmas tree. It would make an adorable ornament. If you want to send a really pretty fancy card to somebody, you could absolutely put this on the top of one of the cards. You could slide in maybe a gift card or some cash or something like that. You can use these in all different ways, but I think they turned out absolutely adorable. You can do them in all different styles and colors. And like I said, the project is not hard at all. It's just waiting for everything to dry. But I hope that you enjoyed this little DIY with me and it inspired you to make one for yourself. And like I said earlier, I feel like I keep repeating myself, but if you don't have the shaker, but you love the idea, you can make one without the tree, the shaker tree. I just thought the shaker tree was just, you know, it elevated a little bit, but you really, truly don't need it. You can just get yourself some of your scraps and some cupcake liners and go to town. But thank you so much for giving up a portion of your day to spend with me. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll be talking to you in another one very soon. Until then, as I always say, take care of you and stay creative. Bye, friends.